A day in London, 1558. The city awaits a queen opening. Dawn over London. London, the year of our Lord, 1558. The city wakes slowly. Mist rises from the River Thames, thick and pale, clinging to the water like breath in cold air. Church bells toll in the distance, low measured, unhurried. Their sound carries over roofs of timber and tile, over narrow streets, still wet with night. This is a city built of wood and faith, of smoke and prayer, of memory and fear. Men and women step into the morning wrapped in woolen cloaks. Horses shift and stamp upon the muddy roads. Carts creak beneath the weight of breadcloth and coal. Nothing about this morning feels unusual, and yet everything is about to change. London does not know it yet, but today it waits for a queen. London in unease. London in 1558 is a city that has learned to listen carefully, not to speak freely, not to trust easily. For more than 20 years, England has known only uncertainty. The crown has passed from head to head, and with each passing, the soul of the kingdom has been pulled apart and sewn back together again. Under one monarch, the old faith stood firm. Under another, it was torn down stone by stone. Altars were broken, images shattered, then raised again, then destroyed once more. The people learned to watch the banners above the churches, to notice which prayers were spoken aloud, to measure their words always. Because belief in England had become dangerous, the shadow of blood. Not long ago, the fires burned. Men and women were dragged through streets like these, bound, accused, condemned. Their crime was faith. Under Queen Mary Tudor, nearly 300 were burned for holding Protestant belief. Their deaths stained the memory of the city. Their screams lingered long after the flames died. London remembers. It remembers the smell of smoke, not from hearths, but from human flesh. It remembers how quickly favor turns to accusation, how silence can mean survival, and so the city breathes carefully now. Within the palace, beyond the city streets, behind thick walls and guarded doors, the air is heavier still. Candles flicker in long corridors. Tapestries hang unmoving. Voices are hushed. In Whitehall Palace, Queen Mary Tudor lies dying. Her body, worn by illness and disappointment, has reached its end. She is 42 years of age. She leaves behind no child, no clear future. As the final breath leaves her body, the crown becomes something else. Not a symbol of power, but a question. The question of succession. There is only one answer. Elizabeth Tudor, daughter of King Henry VIII, daughter of Anne Boleyn, the Queen, who lost her head upon the scaffold. Elizabeth once declared illegitimate, once removed from the line of succession, once imprisoned in the Tower of London under suspicion of treason. Elizabeth has lived her life beneath a shadow. She has watched how easily queens fall, how quickly love turns to condemnation, how silence can be safer than innocence. Now that shadow moves. Elizabeth in waiting. Elizabeth is 25 years old. She is unmarried, a dangerous thing in a kingdom that demands heirs. She commands no army. She claims no foreign husband to defend her claim. What she possesses instead is something less visible: control. She has been educated not merely in letters, but in survival. She reads Latin and Greek. She studies theology not for devotion, but for understanding. She listens more than she speaks. Elizabeth knows the price of miscalculation. She has seen what happens to those who speak too soon. The news spreads. The bells begin to ring differently now. Not in alarm, not in celebration, in recognition. Word moves through the city, the way it always has, mouth to ear, tavern to street market to churchyard. Mary is dead. Elizabeth lives. Elizabeth reigns. The city pauses. Some feel hope stir, quiet, cautious. Some feel fear tighten their grip. Others think only of allegiance and how quickly it must be shown. London does not cheer, it watches. A woman on the throne. A woman upon the throne is not a comfort. It is an uncertainty. Kings have ruled by force of arms, by marriages forged in blood and treaty, by sons born to inherit their violence. Elizabeth offers none of these. She offers only herself and her understanding of the world she inherits. A moment of silence. There is no great proclamation, no immediate purge, no cry for vengeance. Instead, there is a chapel, stone walls, cold floors, filtered light through small colored panes. Elizabeth kneels. She does not speak of triumph. She does not curse her enemies. She speaks only of providence. This is the Lord's doing, she says, and it is marvelous in our eyes. In this moment, quiet, restrained, deliberate, a reign begins. The city at dusk. As the sun lowers, London returns to itself. Fires are lit in hearths. Bread is broken. Doors are barred against the night. The River Thames reflects torchlight and shadow. The bells fall silent once more. No one yet speaks of empire. No one yet knows of poets, of ships, of distant horizons. But something has shifted. Reflection. History does not always announce itself with battle. Sometimes it arrives on a day like this, a day of fog and prayer, of waiting and watching, of a city holding its breath. Elizabeth will rule for decades. She will never marry. She will outlive her enemies. But none of that is known yet. All that exists is this moment. Final words. London in the year 1558 awaited a queen, and in doing so, it stood at the threshold of a new age. Not born in fire, not forged in blood, but shaped by patience.
Thank you sincerely for taking the time to watch this video. Everything you have seen here was carefully researched and produced with deep respect for medieval history. Your interest and continued support are the greatest motivation for me to keep exploring the past and creating more meaningful historical stories in the future. I truly appreciate your companionship on this journey. Thank you.